Merry meet and welcome to Lux Dragon Queen Magic. I'm Taylor and today is our Divine Masculine Collective reading. So whether you're here to balance out the internal energies within yourself or if you're here for a twin flame reading, we definitely have a message for you here today. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. So the God card for today is going to be Shadow. I see me in you too. And you may wish to pause and screenshot in order to further embody and engage with this energy. But ultimately, this is pretty straightforward for anyone who has experienced shadow work or who has really put themselves into a self-reflection mode. So something that we've seen over the last week is that there has been this need that we are hiding something within ourselves. And so a lot of times what is hidden is being placed inside of a shadow. So how you view the shadow is going to be very much up to you. In the regards that the message of coming, the way that the message is coming through today though, is the fact that this is a self-placed shadow, that we are hiding our wants and desires because we feel like they are not valid. And so instead, Spirit is encouraging you to find why this shadow self is existing and holding you back, and if this shadow self is being represented in the external in any way. So this could be through like someone close to you who is maybe dismissing your wants, who's not being very flexible in regards to how to compromise with like your boundaries, things like that. The other reason that this is so important coming forward within a twin flame reading is because there is this conversation around how much are you forcing yourself to hide, and then therefore you're forcing your partner to hide a part of themselves as well. And so there is this need again to fully express yourself. So exploring exactly what you want or need and why you haven't allowed yourself to engage with that energy before is going to be so important for you during this week. So this week, definitely expect, I'm hearing some communication breakdowns, definitely especially as you start expressing yourself, because it's going to be introducing new conversation and new topics to those around you who haven't known that there was a problem. So this is highlighting a problem, and you are now bringing the shadow into the light and starting to find more balance between those energies. Okay, so what is our tarot for this week? So we have the Knight of Wands. So I really enjoy this, especially talking about exploring the shadow. So the Knight of Wands is naturally a light energy, right? It's associated with fire, but more importantly is this Knight of Wands is coming out because it is a go-getter energy. So it is a passionate energy. So whatever you have been feeling driven to do and to work on, if there has been an idea that simply will not be let go, it is because it is time to work on that idea and start putting things into motion. And so with that, you're going to be exploring that shadow energy, because as you explore this passion, you are going to naturally try to find ways to stop yourself from succeeding, because there is a self-sabotage message that is coming through that you are not valid in your wants and needs, and that what you are working towards is either a waste of time or no one else is going to benefit from it. There is just so many conversations that you are able to convince yourself as to why your passions do not matter. But that is why this message is so important for you today, because this is the Knight of Wands telling you like, no, go forward, push forward, be that passionate person and just move towards it. So the role of a knight is rather lonely too, if you think about it. It is typically someone who leaves their home in a pursuit of greatness, in the pursuit of adventure, in the pursuit of something outside of themselves. And so that is kind of this energy that is happening. So you naturally are going to be able to meet new people. This is a very communicative card too, so you are starting to shout from your most internal self exactly what you want to say into being, and so that may not be what everyone wants to hear. And so the reality is though that you don't necessarily dismiss those people who are saying like, no, that doesn't make sense, you're like asking too much or things like that, but start to understand again what we're always saying on this channel is anyone who makes you doubt yourself, build firmer boundaries with them. So we're not asking you to cage yourself in, which may have been what you've been doing, which is why this energy is coming through. Instead, it's asking you like a river that needs to be rerouted. So if someone puts a dam on a river and doesn't pay attention to the ways that a river could overflow the banks, what naturally happens in nature is that it will create a new path forward. And so that is the energy of what you are doing over the course of this week. So again, Okay, so not again, let me just say this first. So we have the Five of Pentacles coming out. So something about the Five of Pentacles is it is this energy like we are being locked out from somewhere. So you are exploring a wilderness side of yourself. You are moving away from the expectations of others. And so it does give this energy of loneliness. The other thing to understand is that there is this conversation around abundance and around how we're using our abundance. So there is going to be a little bit of framework to figure out exactly how you look at your abundance currently, how you're spending it. So if you feel like you're overspending and you don't have the funds in order to encourage your hobbies, then that is something to kind of pay attention to what you are spending your funds on. The other thing coming through is if you are allowing yourself to not connect with that internal spirit where you're truly working on a passion and something that brings you joy and happiness, you're going to feel as if everything is working against you, as if you're just throwing money down a drain rather than investing in your own happiness. So that is going to be your main messages over the course of this week, is you are exploring something that is so important to you and that others didn't know were important to you, but as you start to express yourself, you are going to be able to overcome those moments. So right now it might seem during this week like you're being left in the dark, like you're being shut out from other people who just simply don't understand. So there is a message here asking you to be courageous as you go forward on your path, and understand, just like this night, you are just simply leaving your home space, your comfort zone, so that you can better see that happiness and joy that you want. You are on an adventure right now. An adventure that does not require much from you except your passion. Okay, so our mindful message is commitment. I am committed to my growth and dreams. I set routines and habits that help me evolve into my fullest potential. Even though I may not see the physical manifestation of my desires, I know they have vibrationally manifested and are on their way to me. And you are on your way to them. So this is something so important, something that I actively teach too when it comes to commitment is actually recommitment. So making that first decision is so important, but then continuing to make the decision is even more important, because you're not just testing it out, you are committing to something. You are saying, this is a path I choose to follow. So really integrate yourself and understand what it means to be on that path. That's why your passion is so important, because you are in this for the long haul. Especially too if this is in regards to a twin flame connection and relationship. So there may be communication breakdowns as you're both trying to work out your divine selves, but as you're doing that, you're going to be able to find ways that you're still able to commit to each other and commit to the vision that you have of a future together. So simply understand and have cooling off moments too. So if you're having a lot of fights, then it's asking you to say, take a step back and come back and visit it once you're more able. Because sometimes people need that. And even if they don't think they do, and they're like, I just want to work this out because it's going to keep bothering me, something to say is, well, the thing is, we're going in circles. So we need to stop this conversation so that you can process it. And then when you're ready, we will talk again, and just make them a promise. Commit to them that you will give them that time again. Okay, next we do have some promises from God for women. So this is a new deck for us. They are double-sided, but we're just going to be using the one side that called out to us today. And so first we have, trust the past to God's mercy, the present to God's love, and the future to God's providence. St. Augustine. So really enjoy that, because a lot of this is just saying, like, hold on, trust the process, keep moving forward. Remember, you are following a passion, and just release yourself from that shadow. Release yourself from those people who would rather doubt you than support you. Okay? And then you might not have it all together, but have peace knowing that you are God's treasure. So again, just reiterating the fact that you are able to move forward exactly as you need to, because this is something that your divine self is asking of you. And then be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. Romans 12:12. Okay, I personally have been seeing 12:12 a lot, so if that is an angel number that you have been seeing as well, definitely take this as confirmation even further that about where you are going on your path. Okay, So these all really just follow the same things of having faith within this process, having faith within yourself, and allow yourself to just simply be. Now we have some Buddha wisdom for our divine masculine. Look into your heart so you can see the false as false, the truth as truth. All right, this is so important for shadow work because knowing exactly what are the lies that you're telling yourself, what are the lies that you're allowing your heart and mind to believe is going to be important. Your heart knows what's true. It's simply your mind that has done a great job at convincing you whether or not you need to be following a certain passion. So look to your heart because it knows the truth. Okay? So that is going to be our reading for our divine masculine today. With that, I encourage you all to just make sure to give yourself grace over this next week. Please remember to like and subscribe, and don't forget to comment below and gain some support from a like-minded community. With that, blessed be.